Studiocart and Memberpress are two of my absolutely favorite tools when it comes to building sales funnels and communities in WordPress. Now, we do this for clients quite often because many of our clients really love to have a membership community where they interact with their customers and their donors and their clients and those who work with and consume their material. And until recently, fairly recently, actually, how you sold people into those membership programs was actually quite limited. If you used WooCommerce to handle your cart and billing, you needed to purchase a separate add-on to add subscription functionality into WooCommerce. And a lot of people didn't want to do that because that functionality is like an extra $200 a year. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that may not seem like much, but a lot of these different companies are startups or even ministries. And so they're working with lower budgets. And so every penny counts. Okay. Well, on the other hand, though, maybe you could use a tool like Memberpress. They have got built-in subscription functionality right there, but then you don't really have too much control over the sales pages. There's really no great way to plug Memberpress into a sales funnel by itself, especially if what you're looking to do is capture recurring clients. So it was really a conundrum for people. And then came along Studiocart, built by the wonderful people over at N Creatives. Nicole, I think, is the head honcho over there, and they're doing fantastic work. And so I wanted to bring this video to you just to show you how we can actually use Memberpress and Studiocart together in order to create a membership program for you or for your clients. You ready to dive in? Let's do that, and we'll look at how to integrate Studiocart and Memberpress. By the way, if you are new around here, my name is Steve Schramm. The channel here is Funnel Talk. I teach you the tactics about how to build high converting sales funnels using WordPress. And also on this channel, we get into the strategy because I post a video from my podcast, Marketing for the Rest of Us. If you're interested in the strategy of higher level marketing, I would encourage you to check out that playlist here on the channel or check out the podcast. All right, without further ado, let's dive into how to make this work inside of our WordPress website. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go and create a new membership because at this point in the process, we don't even have the membership created. I want to start there with you to make sure you understand how to do it from the very beginning to the very end. So we're going to go to Memberpress and we're going to go here into memberships, which is where I already am. And then we're going to choose add new. So for the sake of this example, we need to go ahead and think of a membership. We kind of need to think of a whole business here that we could create. So I think what we're going to do is call our product here something really generic. We're just going to call it Marketing Masters. Okay. So triple M, right? The Marketing Masters membership. So let's do that. So Marketing Masters membership. Let's say I wanted to build this as a coaching community or something for the marketing work that I do. So the Marketing Masters membership. Okay. We could add a description here for the membership if we wanted to, needed to. I said we don't really need to do that at this point, so we're going to skip that for now. Now, there are all kinds of options over here. Let's actually go ahead and move to the right first before we go down. We can go ahead and set our price. We can go ahead and set our access. Is it going to be lifetime access? Is it going to be a fixed expiration, etc.? So for this purpose here, what I'm going to do is set it as lifetime. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and set the price to 0, okay? Because Memberpress is not going to be determining what the price is. Okay, so this is a really, really important distinction that you have to understand as you begin setting up this setup. Because, again, Memberpress is not going to be handling the finances for you. Studiocart is going to do that for you. So we're going to set the price to 0 here because we want Studiocart to be able to provide access to this without any sort of trouble. So now as we scroll down, we see we have a lot of different options here in Memberpress. There's really no need to go through all of these today, but just know that if you want to customize your registration or the sort of access that folks should have to it, then you're going to need to come down here and spend some time going through each of these settings and making sure they're set up just exactly how you want them to be. And just to go through them quickly, Of course, you've got registration here. You can click here to get your Memberpress short codes so that you know where to place the links to add for registration and things like that. Again, that's not going to matter quite as much because we're using a Studiocart, and that's really going to change how access to this is set up across the board. Permissions, right? You're going to have to set who is even allowed to purchase the membership. The price box, again, if you were using the membership registration pages, you could use this. And then for advanced, this is where you'll change the membership access URL, the membership pricing terms, the custom login redirect URL, and then if there's any user roles that should be specific to this membership. Again, a lot of these are important to set up. They're just not important for this video right now. Okay. All we need right now is the basics, which is we need a title, we need a $0 price, and then we need lifetime access. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and hit publish here. And there we go. Our membership is published, and that's all we need to do for now. So now what we're gonna do is go over to Studiocart. So we'll run over to Studiocart here. And again, we have a blank slate here other than some of these tutorials that I had created in the past. And we're going to go ahead and create a new membership funnel. Now, I guess I should say right here as well, I don't plan on going through all the steps of actually designing what this funnel should look like here today. That's a great idea, and we'll probably do it for a different video. This is just to make sure you understand how to actually take the functionality of Memberpress and the functionality of Studiocart and make sure they are working together. Now, one of the very first things you're gonna need to do with Studiocart, and, um, I don't have the message up here anymore because I've been using it for a while, okay? But new users especially will see this, is that you need to go in and actually add payment details into Studiocart before you can really do too much else with it. So you'll have to go down here to where it says Settings, and in Payment Methods, you will need to go ahead and add your payment method in to make sure that you can actually accept payments on the site for your membership. So whether you're using Stripe or you're going to use cash on delivery or you're going to use PayPal, you need to make sure that those are set and put in place in order to accept money, which is really important for making this whole system work. Okay. So let's go back to Studiocart up here and go back to our products. And what we're going to do is create a new product. So the product is sort of the foundational level of a Studiocart sales funnel because everything happens from here. Okay. So we're going to create a product and let's go ahead and call it the same exact title as our membership. So this is going to be the Marketing Masters membership. Okay, perfect. The public product name. Okay, so we can actually, for our purposes here internally, we can make this title something different if we wanted to than the public name, which is, I can see many examples of where that would be really helpful. We're not going to do that for now. Okay, now some of this stuff as well assumes that you're going to be using the default page layout for this funnel. Now, you are welcome to do that. Studiocart provides some really helpful base templates that you can just kind of fill out the details here and push it live, and it'll go and the magic will start happening. I prefer to use Divi, and it's a page builder and a theme that is it's from Elegant Themes, and it's honestly my favorite. By the way, if you want to learn how to use Divi and some of these other tools like Cart Flows and others to actually create your sales funnels, if you go to divifunnelsecrets.com, it'll take you to a free, absolutely free WordPress and Divi sales funnel tutorial that you can go on that I've created just for you. Again, the whole thing is free. There's no charges or anything. So I would encourage you to go check that out. And you can get that again at divifunnelsecrets.com. It'll teach you how to use Divi. Well, fortunately, Studiocart provides a Divi module. So you can actually use Studiocart to build your Divi pages, okay? Or you can use Divi to build your Studiocart pages, I should say, when you're creating your sales funnels. And Divi, again, being a really popular page builder, is a lot easier to work with, in my opinion, than going through all these back-end settings. You can edit it visually right in front of your eyes. So if you're going to do that, what you can actually do is turn off this default product page in order to avoid having multiple checkout pages for the product. So what you would do, and I'm gonna go ahead and just hit that button because I want to do it that way. So we're gonna turn off the default product page, and then when we do that, it says we need to actually redirect the product page to something else. I'm just making it up here. I'm just gonna call it something else for now. We'll just redirect it to this thank you page. And what we're doing is we're telling Studiocart that when we put our sales funnel on the front end, this is the page it's going to live on. That way, the checkout details are correctly, populated and everything. Okay. And again, if we're using Divi modules, that actually simplifies things even more. All right. So there is that. Okay. We have the Marketing Masters membership. Now, of course, there are so many options. Again, page access, if that is relevant to you, cart opens, cart close, right? You can actually like set dates for all of these things. It's so fantastic. All of the functionality that you have with this product. You can set payment plans, right? So you can temporarily discount it if you would like to, and you can even schedule that if you would like to. So it's really fantastic there. Payment methods, again, you're going to go ahead and add the payment methods that you'd like to make available for this funnel. Okay. Well, let's get to where you are headed, right? So there are all these things. We could, of course, create coupons. We could change the form fields. We could add an order bump. We could add one upsell. We could add two upsells, right? These are all fantastic things that we can do with Studiocart. But what we want to talk about is the integration with Memberpress. Okay, so of course you're going to set all of that up. You're going to go ahead and add a new payment plan here. So I want to go back to payment plans real quick. We want to add a new payment plan, and we want to say, maybe one. Okay, doesn't matter what it is right there. And we could say it's a recurring payment. All right, it's a recurring payment, and maybe we just call it a monthly payment of, let's say $50. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, we'll say $50, okay? Price, of course, is $50. And then the frequency is every month. Want to change that, and it never expires, and there is no sign-up fee. If we did want to go ahead and use a free trial in days, we could go ahead and do that. So if you wanted to do a paid trial, essentially what you would do is say, okay, well, that is the free trial, but then the sign-up fee is $1. Okay. So you get a 5-day trial for $1. Okay. So again, it's a free trial, but they have a sign-up fee of $1. So that's how that works. Okay. And then they can always go ahead and cancel after that. So that's just an option. You could just totally do a free trial. So we just remove that. And then we have that, or we could do no free trial and say, oh, it's actually going to be an extra setup/sign-up fee of $50. So your first month would be $100, but then every month after that is $50. So those are just some options that we could set up to make that work. I'm just going to take all of that out there. That was free. I just wanted you to see some options as you're pricing out your memberships that you can do. And what's really cool, because you can schedule sales, you can actually go through and test these and see what pricing options really seem to work best for different kinds of people. So really cool, the options that you have. Okay. So that payment plan is in. No need. It auto saves like once you hit publish. So no need to hit save or anything down here to enter this information. And then if you wanted to remove this payment plan and add a different one, that's what you would do. And of course, you can schedule sales and stuff over here as well when you're creating your payment plan. Super, super cool. Again, you can even select the frequency of how often it goes on sale, which is just so flexible. Okay. So after you've created your payment, what you want to do is go to your integrations. So we go to our integrations and we have a renew mailing list button. So if you have Fluent CRM or another Mail Poet, there's another one that plugs right into the back end of your WordPress. You could actually go there and make sure those feeds are refreshed so that you could get the most up-to-date information if you've recently added new tags and lists or things like that. So what you're going to do is you're in the Marketing Masters membership here. Now we're going to add a new integration. Now, what are we going to integrate with? Well, we see now here we have all of these options. We can create a user. We can create a custom webhook to go through a Zapier, or I guess it's Zapier, or one of these other services that allows you to work with webhooks. And then, of course, we see Memberpress, WooCommerce, and Fluent CRM. So really, these are three of the big-time software pieces that we like to use in our funnels with the clients that we work with. And so these are the big heavy hitters for me. And the fact that Studiocart just integrates with them perfectly is just a-okay in my book. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at Memberpress. So we add our Memberpress integration and we say, well, what is the trigger? Okay. Well, we have all these different triggers. Okay. We can trigger it based on a lead being captured. Okay. We can trigger this based on a product being purchased or a subscription becoming active or a subscription becoming canceled or completed or charged, etc. It's super cool. All of the options that we have. So for our purposes here, we're going to say when a subscription becomes active, what we want to do is start the membership. Okay. And the payment plan, we don't have to select anything here if we don't want to, but of course we always could. And then, so the action is to start membership, and the membership is going to be, look, there it is, the Marketing Masters membership. Too cool. So we select the Marketing Masters membership, and then here we could choose if we want to send the user a notification or a welcome email right here. And you could do that if you want to, or not. If you don't, Memberpress is going to handle all of that by itself. Okay, so we can turn those on or turn those off. And that is it. Once this is created, you basically, and again, if you've got tracking codes and things you want to add here, you can. But for the most part, you're just going to hit publish and make sure that you're cool with publishing that. And then you're all ready to go. Okay, it's got that live. And again, I can show you what this looks like. It's not going to look good. But yeah, it's gonna look like nothing, because we turned off that product page, if you remember, or we brought it to a thank you page, and there's nothing there to see, right? So, so that's that though. Like that's the functionality of how you actually make Memberpress work together with Studiocart, and hopefully that helps. Maybe in an upcoming video, if this is something you'd love to see, then I would, leave a comment below, and I will look at doing that. But maybe in one of the upcoming videos, I can show you now visually what it will look like to actually build this out on the front end using Divi. All right. Take care. I hope this has been helpful for you. Let me just remind you to go to DiviFunnelSecrets.com, and that will take you straight to the sign up for the free course I have on using WordPress and Divi to create your sales funnels. And again, it's absolutely free. So why not just hop on? All right. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.